Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Historical Recreations. I'm Professor M, and welcome to the Endless Hallway. Here, you'll be able to find 13 unusual and spooky facts about the Haunted Mansion. Let's work our way backwards, shan't we? Starting off with number 13. Look very carefully at the Haunted Mansion. You will find that there are 3 hearse. The first hearse is outside, horse-driven carriage. The second hearse is found in the ballroom. And the third hearse, you'll find it in the cemetery. Amazing, isn't it? Coming in at number 12 on our countdown list, Matias Leota. During the filming of the seance scene, the actress's hair was actually tied to the back of a chair, enabling the actress to move her head in any way, shape, or form. It must have been quite an interesting experience, and one of complete and utter dedication. Counting down is number 11. And this is a buy one, get 2 free deal. Actually, in fact, I want you to go to the Haunted Mansion, and the next time you travel through the ballroom, look very carefully at the cake on the table. You will discover there are 13 candles burning bright. Also, look over to the left, and you'll discover that the champagne brand is Moët. And just for our last and not least of all of it, if you're looking for a very familiar character, one that is hidden, hint, hint, you'll find it on the table. A very interesting and cordial fact of time metamorphosis. Most people will claim that they have been in the Haunted Mansion for upwards to 30 minutes. The next time you go, check very carefully. From the time you descend in the elevator to getting on the doom buggies to exiting is only 6 minutes. Next time you go, check your pocket watch. Ever wonder where the inspiration for the Haunted Mansion comes from? It was derived from a house called the Shipley Lydecker that was built in 1803 in Baltimore, Maryland. Sadly enough, it was demolished in 1967. However, seemingly just 2 years later, it reappears again in a completely new place. How coincidental, don't you think, for a haunted mansion? Some people are willing to do anything to own a piece of the Haunted Mansion. An actual A4 size piece of the original Haunted Mansion's wallpaper in the stretching room sold for a grand total of $384 framed. But if that should be surprising to you, one of the original paintings from the stretching room sold at auction for $47,000. What would you do to own a piece of the Haunted Mansion? Can't take it with you. Coming in at number 7, the wildlife of the Haunted Mansion. The next time that you're in the Haunted Mansion, look around at our feathered and furry friends. You might be surprised at what you find. There are 6 bats, 5 ravens, 3 cats, 2 owls, and 3 dogs. 2 of them are living, and 1 of them is deceased. The 2 that are living have names, Loki and Boney, belonging to the graveyard keeper. And the one that is deceased, his name is Hellhound. Woof, woof. The Hatbok Ghost, one of the most celebrated ghosts in all of the Haunted Mansion history. In 1969, he appeared, and 2 days later mysteriously vanished. Even to this day, nobody knows the whereabouts of the original Hatbok Ghost. However, in 2015, he reappears, even more in a celebrated form than ever before. I'll drink to that. Organists and other piano aficionados will find this fact quite interesting. Look very carefully in the ballroom. You might actually recognize the organ. It was featured in the film 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And who played it? The crazed Captain Nemo. Number 4 is an absolutely frightening but true fact. The next time you go to the Haunted Mansion and are in the stretching room elevator, make sure that you are one of the last persons off. And listen very carefully to the recordings. Look up at the gargoyles. The last words you will hear before you exit that room are, "Get out, get out." Faces everywhere. You ever feel like you're being watched while you're in the Haunted Mansion? You are. Actually, there are many hidden faces that you may not have ever thought before. Now, the wallpaper, when you first enter, is obvious. But look above the doorways. There's faces above the doors, in the trees, and in the walls. Most of them are subliminal. Oh, and by the way, the total time that you're on the ride, you are on CCTV, low-level lighting. Smile. Most people have absolutely no idea about the Hitchhiking Ghosts. They have names, did you know? I would formally like to introduce you to the 3 of them. The first one is Professor Phineas with the carpet bag. On the taller level is Ezra with the top hat. And our final little ghost with the beard and chain around his foot is Gus. If by chance you meet them at a bus stop, pick them up. One very interesting fact you may or may not know. Every year, people bring the cremated ashes of their loved ones to the Haunted Mansion. Now, if you know anything about pathology and particles, you will know, even though the code HEPA is used by Disney to vacuum up their loved ones, particles still remain. Think that you're riding on a ride among the living? Check around. There might be more than 999 ghosts living in Tomb Sweet Tomb. Sincerely yours, Professor M.